And welcome back to the SmarkTank Revolution. We are still here reviewing Money in the Bank 2022, and we have now stumbled across the tag team, the unification tag team title match between the Usos, the reigning defending champions, and the Street Profits.
Yeah.
Before this match started, we both were praising Montez Ford, saying that he is due for a singles push.
He's
and
over
that
there.
he has the athleticism and the look to be a respectable, reputable champion.
100%. Even a world champion.
No offense, Dawkins. You still my boy.
Dawkins is cool, but he's not that one, you know? Every tag team, pretty much, if you go down the line, always has that one star that just shines a little bit brighter. And Montez Ford, I mean, Christ, he's just so good.
I would definitely contest that.
Why? You have an example of a tag team where they were both just perfect?
Who was the standout star in Demolition?
Oh, good point. You can barely tell them apart. Okay, fine. I got you. But anyways, I digress. So this match had the potential, on paper, to be the banger of the night, no question, unless the Money in the Bank's overachieved and blew your brains out.
Well, they gave it enough time for it to be
They definitely gave it enough
banger
time.
of the night.
Yeah. But what was interesting about it
The
was...
AEW style? Are you going to say the AEW
Yes,
style, the false finishes?
I was. But also, the very weird pacing of this match
Oh, yeah.
was strange.
Yeah, in the beginning, there was a lot of facials.
Yeah.
A lot of camera time dedicated to that, which basically just symbolizes little to no action.
Right.
So there was a lot of resting spots without them actually resting.
Tons of wrestling
in the
spots.
beginning, but boy did it pick up, and it picked up fast.
It did.
And the Usos, they're an athletic team. They work together really well. I don't ever recall scoring their matches lower than a 2 count.
No.
Agreed. They dance well with everybody, and the Street Profits, I think they're the hottest, youngest team. And
right.
Like I was saying, if not a singles push for Montez Ford, then definitely a heel run, I think would kind of give us the flavor of everything that we need from both of them.
He's got so much potential on him, it's not even funny. But as we were talking, and I guess this is part since we're talking about participants, if you turn Montez Ford heel, with the fans being in on everything these days, knowing that Bianca Belair is his wife, how convoluted is that? And then from a kayfabe perspective, how can Bianca Belair condone her husband's nefarious actions? So despite the fact that I would love it, I don't think they'll pull the trigger. However, I do think a heel turn's coming, and I think it's going to be Dawkins turning on Ford, leading to a nice singles push for him. Because I honestly think, in the way this was paced and the way this was told, I think you've seen the Street Profits. They're winding down as a tag team.
Okay. Well, I mean, the match ended somewhat controversially.
Right.
And I think that because of that screwy finish, and I say screwy with air quotes.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna milk this feud a little more.
SummerSlam, absolutely.
But if it does go into SummerSlam, I definitely think that the Street Profits become the undisputed tag team champions, and
that's pretty bold.
And that keeps them alive, and that keeps them on television together, and that keeps them a team.
It opens up doors if they are the champs, because Usos are running into the same thing that Roman's running into, is they've done everything, they've beat everybody, and they're going around the roster in circles now. So the Bloodline needs a dent in their armor extremely badly for it to continue on the course, because right now, when I'm telling you that it's getting stale, it's getting stale. I love Roman Reigns and this character and Paul Heyman and all the work that all of them have done. But I'm over it now. I've seen it, and it's just run its course. I don't know what they can do. So, yeah, giving it to Street Profits would be fantastic, and it would lighten things up for a little bit. However, I liked the way they worked tonight as heels and frustrated, and they took some certain little shortcuts and stuff like. I just think they're really good at that, and they gel so well. Also, I don't know about you, but this had like an HBO boxing feel to me with the resting moments where to the corner and type like just kind of playing and the pomp and circumstance. It felt like they were making this very, very big. They had a lot of spotlight on
You
this.
won me over with that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually a really good analogy and a good point because I know we let off on this review saying how how it was weird and it had a very unusual pace, but if you're tying it into the overall story that they told, I think that it was very appropriate and applicably acceptable. I think whatever I scored it.
What did you score it? Let's see. I think we both gave it a 2.5.
Okay, it can stay there.
Yeah. I gave it a 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it can stay.
But you
there.
gave it a 2.5. A very strong 2.5.
A very, very, very strong 2.5, and in my opinion, it gets the nod of the night.
So, despite the rest holds, and when we were watching it live, it was a little weird as you're watching it live. But I think if you go back and rewatch it, the story they tell and where they get, I think it will probably work. However, what made me give it a 3 was, 1, it had some really good false finishes, which I'm a huge fan of. But 2,
the AEW
the stuff
style.
that clicked so well when they put into it, and then they did the rest or whatever. But it just was enough to give me what I wanted, and I still stand at a 3.